Hey guys, out here at Lake Havasu. As you can see behind me, the beach of Arizona, I guess you can say. My name is Nicholas McGee. I am 28 years old, and you can say I'm the CEO of True Estimate Solutions LLC, an estimating company that I started this year. I wanted to be able to walk you all through my decision making behind getting started in self-employment, and basically have you be able to copy me starting from the ground up on what it takes to become self-employed for yourself and possibly employ others. This all started with advice that I got from housing from my brother after I asked him about real estate and basically how to buy, what should I do with real estate. And his advice was to make sure that you could afford what it is that you were trying to buy. Here in Arizona, for an okay house, it's around $400,000. For a decent house with options, it's around $500,000, $500,000. And even where I am at currently, making over six figures, it's still nowhere near enough to be able to afford what we wanted to afford here. So this started with being able to, wanting to be able to afford a home, but now it's progressed further than that. So I told you about how I started my LLC and how I may use Upwork, which is a platform where freelance workers, you can buy their services and you can sell services on there as a client. True Estimate Solutions has a client account currently now open on Upwork. I have another account as a producer of work on Upwork, but that is actually now marketing. So one of the problems that I realized is that I wanted to be able to market True Estimate Solutions, and with marketing, you're gonna have to pay for it. So I started to think, why not either create a completely other component or company behind marketing, or just an add-on section to True Estimate Solutions so that I can pay for the work basically on Upwork, use that on my account to begin to be a social media marketer or a social media manager for small companies, upwards of large, according to who I'm able to get as a client, which I'm going to be using Upwork, of course, for that, as well as be able to buy the services using my company, True Estimate Solutions. And also, later on, after I transition from the marketing phase, I can add estimating services to that account on Upwork and bid for estimating jobs as well as marketing and multimedia jobs for clients, basically. So I'll be able to pay for the marketing, YouTube, social media for True Estimate Solutions on Upwork and get clients the same way. And I think it's really cool. As far as estimating, basically all of what I'm talking about is becoming a middleman. So I find people who I can pay less than I would offer my services for. And because Upwork is around the world, I could have one guy in India collabing with another guy in China somewhere, and they're both on my team and they're doing estimates as well as social media marketing for me. I don't need to necessarily know estimating, which I do. I don't need to necessarily know media and social media like I do. Of course, if you've known my page, which I'll probably put in the description on Instagram, I've been marketing on Instagram since 2012. 12 years ago, I was starting with social media, and I have, you could say, more, at least time experience in social media than I have even in estimating, and I've been in estimating for 5 years, to include some of the stuff that I did in the Air Force. So that's my plan, to build my marketing company or marketing function from True Estimate Solutions, as well as the estimating side, help it build one another, and True Estimate Solutions as an LLC and an entity outside of Upwork, because I'll still have the marketing going on and paying for it from Upwork and using it in my profile, basically. But my plan for the future. So this is where things get interesting. That'll be one company or two, according to how you look at it, up under my belt. But in the future, I will want to buy more companies. There's this thing called Buy, Biz, Sell. It's a website to where you can go on and look at companies that you can buy in your local area. I would like to basically retire baby boomers, because baby boomers right now are retiring. They are a lot larger generation than us. That means that there's a lot more there's a lot more entrepreneurs, therefore a lot more businesses than Gen Z or millennial generations. That means that there are going to be a lot of people who need someone to take over their business, and they won't have someone to take over their business for whatever reason, maybe even the fact that they don't even have kids. But I can go in and buy that. Looking from what I can see on Buy, Biz, Sell, you can get a company for right around $50,000 and has a cash flow, not total gross revenue, but just a cash flow of $100,000 to $150,000, not to include whatever the gross revenue would be. And that's what you get after you subtract all of the expenses and everything else from everything that you make throughout the year. What do you actually get to take home? For a business that produces a cash flow of $100,000 to $150,000 a year, it's $50,000. If you take into account that a house right now in Arizona is $500,000, I could get 10 businesses for the same price that I could get one house. Now, at 10 businesses at $100,000 to $150,000 a year, that is $1 million to $1.5 million a year from buying these small businesses. I would have to staff the businesses. I would have to have someone in place to run the businesses. All things that I could probably find from Upwork, or at least Indeed, because I know I use Indeed and you probably use Indeed in the past. And that is my plan in the future. I will probably update this video again.